That flying Namekian sure is fast. And that's coming from the fastest guy in the universe.
Welcome back to the Butter Punch. My name is Jacob Butter, and welcome back to another Dragon Ball What If discussion. Well, it's safe to say that the What If Raditz All Nappa Turn Good scenario has not only just done well in this instance now, but has completely overshadowed the other What If that I'm working on. While this self isn't that bad, I do enjoy that series. This one needs some love as well. So I'm returning today to part 5 of What If Piccolo Had a Son. I did check to see if there were any suggestions in the comments like I usually do, but this time there was only a question from Kid Goku that asked if there was any chance for a fusion between Guzheng and Guru. The youngest Namekian fusing with the oldest Namekian. It was tempting, but the thing is, with this particular scenario, I'm more focused right now on how Guzheng actually grows up and learns to control his instincts mostly on his own. Fusion is not out of the question for him, but at this stage in the story, it's not going to happen just yet. I hope you understand that. That being said, let's get back to the script. In the last part, Guzheng missed out on a fair bit, only being brought back at the very end to enact once more his instinct to protect Gohan. Watch the plays if you want to find out what happened. Are you back? Alright, let's get going. Guzheng has now returned to take on Ginyu Goku. Not that he can really do much, but when has that ever stopped the little guy from before? Honestly, he's worse than Goku when he was a kid. Stronger, but much more stubborn. Speaking of Goku, he was on his way to witness what was going on, having escaped the Ginyu's assault on Vegeta. He arrives to witness the captain inside his body trying to land a punch on Guzheng. Now Guzheng may be weak, but I've made it very clear by now that he is small and fast. Very fast. He learnt from the tutelage of his father from the afterlife that a good way to gain the upper hand in any fight would be to tire his opponent out. Couple that with his ability to concentrate ki into different areas of his body, and the fight was much more balanced than it really ought to be. It's kind of like a human trying to swat a fly. One hit and they're down, but they make you work for it. Gohan wants to go back in, but Krillin stops him, reminding him that Guzheng would change his focus and get hurt if he interfered. Goku Ginyu has no such reservation. Since he still has 2 senzu beans left, Goku Ginyu asks Krillin to snatch the bag from Ginyu Goku, which he does, handing Goku Ginyu one right away. Having healed up, Goku Ginyu tagged Guzheng out and finished the job with a single punch, slamming Ginyu Goku to the ground. Of course, the captain switches his body back, judging that one to be a lot healthier right now. So everyone is back where they should be. Just as well because the other Ginyu soldiers arrived to witness the goings-on. Ah, perfect! You've arrived just in time. Berta, can I rely on your speed to get the witness back to Lord Frieza?
Of course, Captain. You can always rely on the fastest guy in the universe.
And so, the blue blur of this franchise comes in and swoops Bulma away with speed rivaled by none. Well, by one. Guzheng, at Gohan's request, flies after the two to retrieve the nice blue-haired lady. Berta takes this chance to show off his speed, but the toddler Namekian is not impressed. He can't quite catch up, but he doesn't let either of them out of sight. The chase is somewhat of a stalemate, as Berta can't fly back to attack, nor can Guzheng blast him with any form of range attack. The closest he can get is stretching his arms, which Berta easily dodges. All they can seemingly do is head towards Frieza, hoping the other one tires out. Meanwhile, Recoome, Jace and Ginyu surround the wounded Goku, Gohan and Krillin, ready to finish the deed. Recoome, of course, attacked first, but Krillin used a solar flare on all of them, right as Gohan fed his dad the last senzu bean. Healing instantly, Goku blasts a nearby mountain as a warning to the soldiers to get out of there and leave them alone. The Ginyus accept defeat, vowing that this was not over and that they would fight again soon. As for Berta, his plan fails too, as he left Bulma in some rocks to try and get the jump on Guzheng, forgetting his opponent could sense energy. Guzheng grabbed hold of Bulma and flew away. Berta caught this and actually did try to blast them, but then his scouter went off with a retreat message from the captain, and so the Ginyu Force retire from the planet. Frieza had listened to the whole thing, and he was absolutely livid. He then proceeded to check around for who's responsible for this retreat. Sure enough, he picks up the signature of Goku, Gohan and Krillin heading back to Lord Guru's. It seemed that on this occasion, he had to deal with this himself. To further complicate things, having witnessed all this through King Kai, Piccolo actually came up with a plan. Using his telepathic connection, he guides Guzheng in the direction of Frieza's ship. King Kai also tells Krillin to return with the radar so they can find the Dragon Balls. With the new knowledge that Frieza was heading their way, Krillin rightfully suggests that Gohan return with the radar instead of him, to keep Guzheng from doing his thing. And so, Gohan goes the long way round, followed by Dende, just before Frieza shows up.
Ah, good day, monkeys. And survivors.
He looks at Nail.
It seems that you have managed to scare off my father's most elite soldiers. Not to worry, they'll be dealt with in time. As for you...
He starts charging a finger blast, at which point Nail steps in, urging they take the fight elsewhere. Frieza accepts. This Namekian will prove to be a good warm-up for him. Goku almost chases after them, but Krillin holds him back. He has an idea. While that's going on, Gohan and Dende reach Bulman Guzheng, and the four of them summon Porunga. With no Vegeta to interrupt them, the gang get all three wishes this time. They bring Piccolo back to life, transport him to Namek, and use the chance to revive Chaozu while they could. With a nice and easy job, Porunga departs, leaving no chance for any emergency wishes later. Now all they had to do was retreat, and their mission on Namek was over. However, Frieza realizes that the sky was not supposed to be that dark, and rushed back to check on his ship, leaving Nail as bruised and battered as in the original. Piccolo then finds Nail, and the fusion scene happens just like we've always known. However, there is no chance right now for a round 2, as only a few seconds after Frieza gets near his ship, he is kicked to the ground by Goku.
Looks like it's my turn now.
And that is where we conclude things, for the time being. Yeah, looking at the script again, I kind of made this one a little bit shorter than the usual ones. Not entirely sure why. I think I wanted to leave the Goku-Frieza fight until its own thing, because Lord knows we didn't get enough focus on that in the original, did we? But oh well, that just means that you'll get a Raditz and Nappa rendition much sooner this time. Or maybe I'll go with something different, something new next time. Let me know, as usual, I'm always open to suggestions, but I have a couple of ideas brewing around already that I've yet to put down on, I was going to say pen and paper, but Google Docs, basically. But that being said, what was Krillin's idea? How will the Goku-Frieza fight proceed in this timeline? Find out next time on What If Piccolo Had a Son. But before any of that, let me know your thoughts by means of liking or disliking and leaving your comments on where the discussion could go. I know the parts have already been written, but as usual, I am open to suggestions. I'll see you all soon enough for another Butter Bunch video. Toodle pip.